Okay, and we're live. So, hi everyone. Maggie from Aussie Ed, holding a Meet the Innovator this morning with Sam Chaudhary, the co-founder of Class Dojo, and Jenna Kleine, who is also a worker at Class Dojo. Just quick hi to you guys. If you guys could say hi to everyone.
Hello.
So, you were in San Francisco, a place where I was lucky to go and visit just under a month ago, where I got to hang out with some of the team, which was a lot of fun, and learn a lot of the ins and outs of the new Dojo app. If people haven't familiarized themselves with that, I have written a blog about that on our Aussie Ed website. So let's get straight into it. I have a few questions. Just about our Aussie Ed chat this weekend on Sunday is about nurturing relationships. So my first question is just, what do you guys think are the important factors of nurturing and building relationships in a school environment?
Do you want to go first?
I'll go. Well, a little background. I was a teacher for 3 years and recently left the classroom to join the team here at Class Dojo. And I think one of the most important things for building relationships, especially with students, is about positivity, which is something that we work towards here. But, you know, positive encouragement in the classroom is something that's super powerful, but sometimes can be overlooked. So I think that when teachers focus a lot more on the positive and really encouraging students and acknowledging different traits that might otherwise be overlooked in the classroom, it can have a really big impact on that relationship with your students. So that's one thing.
Yeah. No, I certainly agree. So I'm Sam. I'm one of the co-founders of Class Dojo. It's so interesting what Jenna said, because that's exactly how Class Dojo started. What we found was that there were very few ways for teachers to really build very positive relationships with their students. And so when the first version of Class Dojo, about 3 years ago now, it was just a really simple way for teachers to give kids this kind of positive feedback and this positive encouragement, and to really change that relationship from sometimes when it becomes stressful and it can become negative and a bit painful, to change it from that into more of an uplifting and encouraging and nurturing kind of relationship. What we found is that the best teachers were already doing that, and we just found like a small way to help them do that, more quickly, more efficiently, and every day to remind them to be positive. But over time, what we found is that there's actually this other group, right, which often gets left behind. We see them once a year at a parent-teacher conference. Certainly I did when I was a teacher. I wasn't very good about it. But the parents and the families. And so we really, as Class Dojo has grown, we've gone from just the teacher-to-student part to actually having, we think of it as this triangle. It's kind of drawn all over the office. You can't see it, but it's on the walls. This triangle of relationships, the teacher-parent-student triangle. And we think that's a really, really important triangle. So what you found is that over time, Class Dojo has not only given teachers ways to encourage students and have positive relationships there, but also to engage parents and have these positive relationships with families beyond school as well. And I think like the app update reflected that, and I think that those are like very healthy relationships.
Yeah, definitely.
That sounds great. So maybe a little more detail with Class Dojo, if there are people who are unfamiliar. I remember when I met with you guys, Manoj did say to me that Class Dojo is about encouraging students and engaging parents. So, and just like you said, you've included the parents. So what exactly does Class Dojo do? How do they do that?
Mm-hmm. So we have a mobile app, and teachers use it in the classroom.
Jenna used it in her classroom. So.
Yeah. Yeah. So
that sounds great. So maybe a little more detail with Class Dojo, if there are people who are unfamiliar. I remember when I met with you guys. Okay, we've got it. Manoj did say to me that encouraging students and engaging parents. So, and just like you said, you've included the parents. So, what exactly does Class Dojo do? How do they do that?
So we have a mobile app, and teachers use it in the classroom.
Have you guys got the link in the background? I've just checked. I don't have the link in the background.
So
that sounds great. So maybe a little more detail with Class Dojo, if there are people who are unfamiliar. I remember when
That was us.
Sorry, that was so weird.
We had definitely had
We thought you were, oh god, the connection's all lagged out. Like,
I know. Oh no, I just said that.
Oh, that was wild. Okay, so back to your question.
Yes, see if I can edit that later.
Teachers can use the mobile app, or they can use it from their desktop computer to give this positive feedback and encouragement to their students. But on top of that, for the relationship aspect, parents at home, they can have the mobile app, or of course they can use their desktop, and they can see all the feedback teachers are giving during class at home. So it's amazing, right? So if their son received feedback saying, you know, your son was displaying teamwork at this time, and teachers can even leave a comment that specifically says what they were doing when they were displaying teamwork. So parents can now see this at home, which is really powerful. And besides that, they can also message with parents privately, so it's this two-way conversation. So besides just hearing, oh, you know, Billy was showing teamwork, you can now have this really meaningful conversation with these parents. That is not just saying, you know, the one word teamwork, but you're saying, this is what was happening, I'm really proud of him, he's showing growth in this area. So it can really be powerful for parents to now have this window into the classroom that they didn't really have before. I know, at least for me personally, speaking with parents was, I don't know, it was either when I was running out of school at the end of the day, it was a 2-minute conversation, or at parent-teacher conferences. And so now we are able to chat with parents anytime, and it's really easy, sort of just like sending a text message, and they can talk back with you. It's really great.
That is really great. Sam, did you have anything to add? I mean, Jenna's really explained so well there, and they're practicing using as well. I'm definitely using on my app this year, and my kids are loving it so far.
Oh, cool. Well, I think that captures a lot of it. I think, you know, as we talk more and more about these relationships between the teachers and parents and students, I think if you're reading about what Class Dojo is doing, it's just giving a teacher an easy way to say something positive to every kid in the classroom, and then also an easy way to keep parents engaged every day. So like Jenna said, instead of, you know, having to drudge up some kind of commentary for a once-a-term meeting, I think, you know, we're all used to just being in touch with the people we care most about every single day. So as an app, Class Dojo just gives you a way to do that. Like as teachers, we all care so much about the parents and students that we teach and look after. And if we can have like a free, simple, instant way to send messages, to send photos, to send voice notes or stickers back and forth, you know, I think it just helps to create deeper and more meaningful relationships. And that's kind of what we're doing.
Yeah, that's great. So just another one. Couple more. Just what advice, I guess, I mean, you've already mentioned so many great things about communication and keeping that up, but would you give to leaders and educators, so just in constantly maintaining these quality relationships?
Yeah, this reminds me a lot of when I was going through teacher training, and I don't know if you've read this book, Maggie, but my professor gave me this book called The First Days of School by Harry Wong. Have you heard of that book?
No, I haven't.
It's great, and it was very much focused on, you know, being a new teacher and how to establish routines and procedures at the beginning of the year. But my big take home from that book was it's all about consistency. And whatever you choose to establish at the beginning of the year, you have to be consistent, because students need it. They need the consistency, and any relationship really does, right? So if you're going to be focusing on positive encouragement in your classroom, if you're going to be focusing on opening up the doors to communication with parents, then I would encourage everyone to be consistent, because I think that has a much more powerful impact than, you know, just doing it here and there and then dropping off. But if you can maintain this consistent, strong, supportive relationship with your students and your parents, I think that's what will ultimately have a really big impact for the long term for these students and your relationship with the parents. So it's called First Days of School by Harry Wong. And it's not necessarily about Class Dojo or anything. It was just a book about starting a new school year, and I liked it. Anyway.
I totally agree. So as all of us know, right, these relationships need some kind of consistency to them. And also, I think I'd actually even go further than just relationships, right? So you can have relationships just by like emailing someone or sending a message to someone. But I think like personal relationships are actually like really, really powerful, right? And it's so exhausting to have personal relationships with 30 students and then their parents as well. It can be really, really tiring. And if we like the way we thought about the company was that if we can help teachers really easily begin to build personal, meaningful relationships with every student and their families as well. I think lots and lots of good things happen, right? So when we started the company, we thought we were just solving the problem or trying to solve the problem of classroom management. And that's how Class Dojo got started. Teachers were like, hey, it's so painful, it's so negative, it takes up so much time. And we were like, okay, well, how about some positive feedback and we can help make that easy. What we found is that if you do that properly, you have actually a really easy way to create a very personal relationship with all the kids and parents that you teach. So I think like making it personal, so it's not just like a mass message to everyone. That's important too.
Okay, some definitely great tips about consistency and making it personal. So that kind of leads us into my last question, which is, as people, we do need to constantly self-reflect and improve. As teachers, we do it all the time. And as you said, Class Dojo started off as a classroom management tool, and it has become so much more than that. I remember using it its first year, and I am still using it now, so many years later, 4 or 5 years later. Correct me if I'm wrong. But so how would you say, like for those who maybe did know it back then, how has Class Dojo evolved over the years? So you've already mentioned some added features, the new app. But so what else would you like to add? And then what do we have to look forward to as users of Class Dojo?
Sneak previews. So I think maybe so I was here right at the start. So I should say, I think one big change for us has really been that it used to be almost entirely on the website. So everybody would use the website because we didn't have any mobile apps. But about a year into the company, we launched mobile apps for iPhones and then tablets and then Androids as well. So iPads and then Android phones and Android tablets too. So now we have these great iOS and Android apps. And I'd say that's been a huge change for us because most of our teachers now seem to use Class Dojo on their mobile phones or their tablets instead of on the website. We still have lots of teachers who use it on the website, but I'd say the majority, like 60% or so, use it on their mobile. Yeah. So that's been a big change. It's actually been pretty cool to see because before you'd have to have it on the website, and some teachers felt like they needed it open all day while they're using their laptop for other things. It can be a bit of a pain. And I think what we find is that teachers use it through the whole day much more now that they just have it as an app on their phone. So that's been one big. Yeah, cool. Yeah, that's great to hear. So that's been one big thing for us. A big change over the years. What else, Jenna? You used it?
Yeah, I think the biggest jump from when I was teaching to where we are now is the building of that relationship with parents. And I don't know if you've seen the new photo feature, but parents are loving that. So now you can send a photo to parents, and it's really cool. We hear about teachers using it to send maybe a picture if they're on a field trip to parents, or a lot of teachers will use it to take a picture of maybe a project that was going on in class, so that the parents at home can see how their student was doing. So I love that feature. I think it's amazing. But what inspired me to come here in the first place is that Class Dojo listens to teachers, and it's really amazing. Like Sam started this by calling hundreds and hundreds of teachers, being like, "How can we help make your life easier? What can we do for you?" And that's how Class Dojo got started. And so we're continuing to do that. And so what I'm proud of for being a part of this company is that we are listening. And whatever teachers do need or will help make their lives easier in the classroom, we want to hear it and we want to build it. So although maybe we can't share exactly what might be coming in the future, it's what will make your lives easier. So please, feel free to email us anytime. I love talking to teachers and would love to help sort of advocate for teachers who are really needing something to help them more in the classroom. So.
Yeah, no, that's like Jenna said. We both taught. I think it's something like up to about half of the team, maybe, has had some kind of teaching experience. Many of us are, like, more and more of us are parents now as we get older. So all of us care deeply about doing things well for teachers and parents and for students. So I don't think that's ever going to change.
Yeah.
I think everything we've done so far is just a reflection of that. And you can get in touch with any of us. Like, we're pretty easy to contact, right? If you want to email the whole team, it's hello@classdojo.com. It's Jenna and me. It's Jenna at Class Dojo and Sam at Class Dojo. So just ping us a note, and we almost always respond. So we'd love to hear if there's particular features you're dying for, or things that you wish we could do better because we keep messing them up. You should just let us know, and we'll do our best to get them done for you.
Okay, well, that's great. You've definitely shared a lot about Class Dojo and definitely given some good advice about maintaining and nurturing quality relationships within a school practice, and even just, with people, just that whole personal relationship. So thank you both so much for joining us on Aussie Ed Meet the Innovator. And yeah, I look forward to talking to you soon. And for people from Sydney, we're trying to set up some visits, so some event might be coming soon. So keep an eye out. Definitely will be on our Aussie Ed website and on Twitter and on Google Plus and on any social platform that you can find us. So one more goodbye to you guys.
Oh, that's good.
Okay.
See you, Maggie. Take care.
Bye. Thanks for joining us.
Thank you so much.